Well, it's been an exciting week, hasn't it, people? Not only has Autonomatron finally been released, pretty good DLC, I've played it for about an hour and I'm enjoying it so far, but also we have passed another 1,200 subscribers in a week. That's fantastic. We are now over 4,000 subscribers and the amount of appreciation for the channel, it's incredible. I really can't believe just how much you guys are enjoying the videos. I love every single one of you. And also, special shout out to Tyrannicon, who featured 2 of my settlements on his channel yesterday in his top 5 settlement builds video. So, that's cool. Let's do another one. So, for this week on Fallout 4 Building with Mods, we are going to be doing a viewer requested video. Lots of people have requested this and I really can't deny it anymore. I've got to give this video to you guys. This is Building with Mods in Vault 111. Obviously very important location in Fallout 4 and the vaults have always been interesting. But I think we can make one better. So let's go down into the depths and see what we can build with mods. First thing you'll notice about Vault 111 is that it is very decrepit and dirty. It's very wet and damp and horrible. Lots of dead bodies, lots of clutter. It's not a very nice place to be. But we can fix that with mods while still making something which is actually a nice feasible player home. So let's actually get on with it, shall we? To start off, we need a clean vault settlement to live in. So using Vault 111 player settlement, we can actually convert this place into a livable settlement. Not only does it clean up a lot of the textures on the floors and the walls, but also it makes it so that you can actually get settlers in here. Normally, if you want to build in a custom location, using mods, you will have to add your settlers by hand afterwards, but in this case, it actually will attract vault settlers by themselves. Comes with a bat in order to add a workshop, and you're ready to go. First thing to do was to improve the lights. It's very dark and damp and horrible, and I didn't like that. So, using power conduit pylons increased power radius, it meant I could light pretty much the entire settlement only using 1 or 2 power conduits, so I could get it done surprisingly quickly. And it looks a huge amount different when you actually put some nice lights up. It actually looks quite nice already. And whilst I'm well aware the mod author spent a lot of time probably cleaning up the floor textures, I wanted to improve them myself. So using alternate settlements and place everywhere, I'm going to be covering each room with its own unique floor panel, just to make it look different to the other building with videos. And also, it looks nice. You know, it's actually quite nice and homely. It doesn't look like an actual tunnel now. It almost looks kind of like a cabin in places, and I quite like that. It did take a lot of time to do, but you know what, I think the results speak for themselves. And now, I wanted to make a little shrine to your other character's spouse. So, using Fallout Pool Party, I am able to flood the area where the original cryopods were, and using Northland grass, trees, landscape, flora, etc., I am able to decorate the place with rocks and plants so I can make a nice little shrine. It's a little creepy, but I was kind of going for a Han Solo kind of look to it. You know, the frozen person and all that being preserved on ice. So that's what I've gone for. I wanted to make it a little more complicated, but I thought really just the flowers, the rocks, the water, and some tables with some personal effects like the wedding ring is on there, the dog tags from his army days are on there, etc. Just to make it a nice little shrine. And it works. And I've also got the memory den pod in there as well. He is stuck in a T-pose. Unfortunately, that is something to do with the mod, but never mind, I think it works. And now I wanted to build a disco. I've never built a disco before, but I thought I'd give it a go. So, using the mod which allows you to have ceiling and floor light boxes, I am able to make a disco floor out of light boxes, so I can set them to randomize. This obviously wasn't the biggest lightbox display I've ever done. That definitely goes to my Starlight Drive-In video, but there were still quite a lot of lightboxes here as well, and I just reminded myself how little I like lightboxes. They're such a hassle to actually make, and unless you've got unlimited resources like me, it would be even worse in the vanilla. So, connect them all up to a terminal and then randomize the colours. It takes a few minutes for all of the lightboxes to randomize, as you can see by this time lapse, but once that's done, we have actually got a pretty nice disco floor. I don't know anyone else who has actually built a disco floor in real life, and I think the only place you can really do is in Fallout 4, because look at it, it's awesome. Randomized light boxes, pretty cool. Throw down a mirror ball, as well as a jukebox, and we've got ourselves a pretty cool dynamic disco. Well, I like it. Anyway, sure I'm a little close to the ceiling, but never mind. Okay, so now we need to build a little toilet area. I just have to disable some of the original furniture that's in there, and then using the Homemaker, I'm able to decorate it with some nice clean showers and clean sinks, etc. in order to make the place look nice. So I've done this quite a few times where it's just a simple sink, simple toilet, but it works. It just makes the place look so much better if you can clean the thing. And the idea with this settlement is that this is a new vault, so to speak, so everything is quite fresh. And using Ellie's craftable flower pots, as well as Craft and Fury 9000, I'm able to add some more decorations such as a meds bin, a toothbrush bin, as well as some flower pots as well to make the place look good. And now, it's time for a nice dining area. You obviously need a big dining area if it's a communal vault. Everyone's living in the same space, so it makes sense that there is a big dining area. If there were more rooms, then in theory you could just have your own little kitchens, but this is a communal vault, so therefore we've got to add some brand new counters as well as some brand new fridges and tables so we can feed all the people who will be living in the vault. And there will be quite a few people. Using some of these cool decorations such as the sneeze guards and using lots of the food that you can get in the OCDecorator, I am able to decorate this little counter quite nicely. It does look like a little canteen area and I like that. And I spent a long time slowly placing coffee mugs and plates and positioning them just perfectly like these napkins so I can get something that looks quite good. And you know what? When it's done, I think it's pretty darn nice. In fact, I'm going to say this is probably my favourite room I've ever built in any of this series. It's nothing too fancy in terms of mods, but just the aesthetics of this place feels really, really good. It's very similar to like my video on Homeplay. It just got a nice feeling about it, this place, as well as lots of a little clutter around just to make it feel believable, and I like that. Next up, again, community area. I realised there are no beds in this place and I'm slowly running out of rooms to build in because Vault 111 actually is quite a small settlement in comparison to the other vaults. So I decided to make a big bed communal area. Nothing fancy, just lots of bunk beds. More bunk beds mean more people. More people mean more lives saved. Well, that's probably not what Vault-Tec would say, but you know what, never mind. And now I need my own room, the Overseer's office, because I am the Overseer of this place after all, aren't I? So I'm going to make a little room dedicated purely to me with the Standalone atom bomb pinups. I'm able to get some good decoration paintings as well as some cool other shelves, etc. Now this is a BobbleHead shelf. I'm sorry guys, but I can't find the mod anymore for this. I can't find it on the Nexus and I can't find it in my mod list or anything, so maybe it's been deleted or something, I don't know. But this is the shelf which adds lots of BobbleHeads. If you guys can see it on the Nexus, let me know so I can add it to the video description please. I'd appreciate that. And also, law-friendly flag pack HQ, as normal, to add some other decorations to the place. And we've got a nice Overseer's office. Pretty cool place, I think. Kind of homely, but nothing too fancy at the same time. It looks kind of like an office as well as a place to sleep, which I like. So now, time to build a workshop. Obviously, a vault can't sustain itself unless people work. You need people to actually work for the vault to stay alive. So, going to add a big production focused area. This is where the power generators are in the facility as well, so I'm able to just fill the place with workbenches that you can get from all various mods and also put like some scavenging stations down, and I'm going to just be cluttering the place with decorations from OCDecorator and also some of the signs that you can get from better business settlements and better stores, just to make the place look a bit more like a working environment, so to speak. Well, I like it anyway, kind of works. And it turns out my new favourite thing to build is workshops, because you've got so much good clutter, and as you just start to layer clutter upon clutter upon clutter, you start to get a room which feels very believable. And I really like that. That's something I love about doing these videos, is that when you just start off with an empty room, and then by the end of it you've got something that looks real, or looks like something that could be in the vanilla game. That makes me very happy. I think this is a perfect example of that. It's got the perfect amount of clutter, and it's also got the perfect amount of production as well. I actually can use this room quite effectively in the game if I want to. Not only that, but it also gives the settlers something to do so they don't all just wander around the corridors aimlessly like sheep, which is good. And now, similar to the workshop area, I needed a food area. I needed a place to grow food because there was literally nowhere to get food in these vaults, apart from trading. So why not add some water purifiers and also add lots of working food planters using the working food planters mod. Used this mod many times. It's a fantastic idea. It works really well, and it's actually a really nice decoration as well. I used construction lights in order to get some kind of artificial sunlight going on them, just to keep the plants real and to keep them alive. I think it's believable. You would need to get these plants decent amounts of light, even if it's artificial light, so that's something that you need in order to make the place look believable, and I threw that in there and it works quite well, I think. And using some of the cool decorations from the Crafting Fury, I'm able to make something that looks quite believable, but also quite aesthetic at the same time. It does look kind of like a factory place to make food. It's not like a nice place like a bakery or something like that. It is purely industrial production of food, this area. And you can tell that. It's purely scientific with all the computers around, with the generators around, but it looks good. And now I had one little room left, and I decided to build a clinic in here. I actually built this clinic surprisingly quickly. When you get the right mods and the right amount of practice in your head of what you would like your rooms to look like, then you can actually start to build them really quickly. I think it took me about 10 minutes to build this entire room, which is actually quite impressive considering how long it used to take me to build rooms. So that's pretty good. So here we've got a very simple clinic. It's got some medical gurneys, it's got a little office area for the assistant, and it's got a computer area for the doctor himself, with some storage space and some meds on the side. I think it looks good. It's also got the barber and surgery chair, so I can change my appearance however I want without leaving the vault, which is cool. So now, it's time to open the vault for people to come live in. I think this is a pretty cool settlement, people. You guys have been asking for me to do a vault for a long time. And there are several mods which allow you to build in vaults. Some of them give you brand new vaults all by themselves. Some of them give you all of the building parts so you can build your own vaults and design them exactly how you want. But for the sake of doing what you guys wanted, I decided to go to Vault 111. And I tell you what, this place does not look like Vault 111 anymore. Vault 111 is a dark, nasty, tunnel, corridor, maze fest. But the new Vault 111 looks really good. It's got some fantastic areas such as some good production facilities, a bit of a creepy shrine, Han Solo style, to your spouse in the game, as well as some good sleeping area, some good, very good dining area, and of course a fun disco, because what's the point of living if you can't feel alive? So why not build a disco? Seriously, I think every settlement should have a disco after building this one. Okay, maybe I won't do that, but it's a fun idea, I think. So once again guys, thank you so much for subscribing. We are pretty nearly on 5,000 subscribers now, which is absolutely insane. Once again, big thank you to Tyrannicon for featuring 2 of my settlements in his best build settlements video, and I'm sure great things are happening in the future for this channel as long as you guys keep watching and supporting. So thank you very much. This has been Final Render, Building with Mods, and you have been the audience. See you next time.